So we hear in Jesus' words in the gospel a reminder as to why Fridays are a special day of penance for us. It is on a Friday that Jesus was taken away from us, and therefore it is on a Friday that we want to remember the cross. And yet, in the first reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah, we're reminded of something that's very key, and that is that we don't control God. Some of the Israelites, by means of fasting and by means of their penances, thought that they could then force God to answer them. And so they would say, why do we fast and you do not see it? Afflict ourselves and you take no note. Because they were looking in a way to be in charge. And the Lord reveals to them that He's not looking for that kind of fasting. He's looking for people who have hearts according to God, that put God in the first place. Can we imagine if we decided to take our day and say, okay, God, what do you want me to do today? And put it completely and totally at God's disposal. How would it look? Especially when we hear some of the admonitions toward doing good that God gives to us. He says, rather, this is the fasting that I wish, releasing those bound unjustly, untying the thongs of the yoke, setting free the oppressed, breaking every yoke, sharing your bread with the hungry, sheltering the oppressed and the homeless, clothing the naked when you see them, and not turning your back on your own. Basically, we notice that when we give, when we include almsgiving, we note something. We're giving up some of our power. Because when we have money, food, clothing, we have a certain amount of security and power. But when we give these to the poor, we're saying, God, I'm relying more on you than on my own ability. And so we ask the Lord for the grace today to confront our fears, whether it be fears of going without, whether it be fears of enduring the cross, whether it's wanting good opinion and fearing people's bad opinion or fearing people's gossip. Whatever it may be, we ask the Lord to help us to confront those fears, to let them go, and to then throw ourselves into the mystery of how God would want us to live out our fasting days, to live out our Lent. That is, not only by fasting, but also by giving alms and doing good for the poor.